I'm so happy to see you. Guess what? I want you to think about when was the last time you actually sat down and reflected on who you really are. Think about that. I was thinking about this topic today because I've been so busy in the last 5 months that I haven't had a chance to actually create videos and content for you, my community, but also to think about what was my big idea that I'm aiming for. And this is why I think this video is amazing. We're going to talk about who we are as a person, who you are as a person, and see if we can ground ourselves to go to the next step. And this is what we're going to do today. Because guess what? If we do not take time to figure out who we are, if we don't take time to remember who we are at the core, how can we actually make the life, our lives, and the life of others better? And that's why I think you will enjoy the content of this video. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a teacher, a high school teacher that I've been teaching for more than 20 years. And throughout my experiences, I realized that there's so much I need to learn to be better so that I can make the world a better place. And that's why I created this channel. That's why you're here with me, and let's see what we're going to learn. Because in the last couple of days, I've been rereading a book called Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael. I read the book twice already, that's my third time, and I really spent time to figure out, okay, I'm a teacher, great. Are you more than a teacher? I think so. And that's why I decided that, okay, let's see if I can create videos on how we can go to the next level. Because I just finished my spring break, I have more energy, and I realized that I need to focus with you on what we can do to be even better than we are right now. So today's video will be about learning. Why? Because my one word, so here this is the first book from Evan Carmichael, my one word that defines who I am as a person is learn. Because I've learned throughout my life that if I'm not sure about something, there's always a way to learn what I need to go to the next level. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. There are three big ideas we're going to talk about today. The first one is about values, the other one about beliefs, and the third one is about vision. And let's see if I can share with you what those topics are, because you know what? At the end of this video, we'll all feel much better and be ready to do more with our day. So my first big idea is the fact that the who, so who you are, is based on your values. So where are values from? Well, values are from your experiences with your friends, your family, your colleagues, your work. All the things that you've done in your life has created values that are making who you are. First of all, you could say that for example, as a kid, both my parents were working. They were working very hard to make sure that as a family, we had what we needed. And through that, I realized that when you want something, you can actually work hard. Sometimes you have to learn new skills, because by working hard, by learning new skills, you actually become better. You grow. And I've realized that as I went along, my parents have grown tremendously from when I was a kid to when I was a teenager, and even now, when I'm 50 and they're in their 70s, they're still growing, and it is amazing to see. That is part of one of my value, because I've learned that if you work hard and you focus on that one thing that is important for you, you can achieve it. And that is my first big idea that I wanted to share with you about values. Now, my second big idea is about beliefs. Now, beliefs is interesting because it is based on the fact that you have encountered experiences. So, for example, my one word is learn. I know that working hard and learning is amazing. But I've also learned that everybody can contribute to each other, because I had a large family, and what is amazing about that is I had about, on one side, more than 30 cousins, and the other side about 10 or 12. We always got together and we had things to share. We played and we had fun. Same thing with my aunts and uncles. The amazing thing is the fact that when you collaborate, you can grow as a person. And that is why when I was in geology, I realized that geologists get together so they can talk about geology. So by the time they finish a meeting or they finish a conference, they're smarter. They're smarter as a group, and when they go back to their other workplace or their company, they can promote success. And that's always been one of my big beliefs, the fact that we can collaborate. And when we collaborate, you can actually have what the idea of a think tank, where together you have an idea and an idea brings new ones. So as a group, you are the idea at the end is much bigger because you're together. And being a geologist, and you can see behind, I love geology from geology from mineralogy. There you go. So these are quartz crystals. This is from Madagascar. That has been one of the aspect of geology I love. I also have here a couple of years ago, I went to Thunder Bay area and we picked up some amethyst, which is the mineral of Ontario. Because rock can talk to me because it is simple and it is grounding myself. Okay, so let's see. I shared with you that I have one of my value is working hard. My second belief um, is about collaborating. Oh yes, and I talk about geology. Excellent. So if you think about, okay, so what is the next one? My third big idea is what I called a vision. And the reason for that is sometimes, and the main example is for the last 5 6 months, I haven't recorded any videos for this channel, or maybe one or two. And the reason for that is I've been so busy and so focused on my work at my school that I forgot the bigger picture that I'm more than just a teacher going to a building with his students. I am a teacher with his students as part of a bigger picture. And that's what I forgot. I love my students. I love what I do. But I also like to look a little bit beyond. You'd say, why would I want to do that? Well, think about that. I love learning. I love working hard because I know that by learning and working hard, I can help more people. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second, when you do a day-to-day work, sometimes there are great days, sometimes they're not as great days. You get busy, sometimes you're tired. On the other hand, when I have in mind my vision, and my vision is to make a better world for you and for I. And the idea is so if sometimes I go and I do my work, and sometimes it's a bit harder. When I think of the big picture, I think, okay, well, this is one day or two in the big picture. I'm gonna make it because there are other things I want to do. And Simon Sinek has great examples when he talks about his finite games and the infinite game. The finite game is for me to go and do my work as part of a day-to-day work, which is amazing. But I need to think of that finite game into an infinite game, which is I see my students for a few months. During that time, there are two people side by side learning from each other, and then they continue. And during that time, I go back and I get a new group of students and I guide them towards the next level. Think about that. I guide them so that they can learn more, they learn to collaborate so that they can achieve more of their vision. So as a teacher, it is part of my vision to make the world a better place because I always hope, and as a parent, you hope that your kids will do great things. As a teacher, I want my students to do great things as well. So that's why I think that those three big ideas are quite amazing. First, you need to think about your values, who you are, what is important for you. One of mine is working hard. The other one is to be on time. I like punctuality. Having beliefs, one of my beliefs is you can collaborate. Collaborate in your family, with your colleagues, your friends, even strangers. And then third is to be able to focus on a vision, something much bigger than yourself. So sometimes if you have a day that there's ups and downs, you keep in mind that you have your vision and therefore you keep the energy going. And I know that it was harder because it took me 2 or 3 days maybe 4 days in my spring break to actually calm down, rest, and actually say, okay, what did I miss in the last 5 months? I picked up the book and I said, okay, I need to reconnect with who I am. So that brings me to a call to action, because I've been sharing a few ideas, but it's your turn right now to do something. First of all, in the last 10 minutes or so, you've been thinking about your own values and what is important to you. You've been thinking about your own beliefs. What are your beliefs that made who you are and helps you make the best choices for you? And you may or may not have a vision, or you may say, okay, I remember my vision of what I really, really want to do. And if you're not quite sure, that's okay. On this channel, we're going to take time to focus on figuring out what a vision would be, because finding a vision is a good way for you to say, okay, I know where I'm going, and you can focus your energy there. Tony Robbins mentions sometimes that where focus goes, energy flows. And I always love this saying. And I think that if you keep that in mind, you notice that if you start focusing on what's important for you, more energy will go towards that. And it'll be easier. And you notice that if you keep working at it, if you keep collaborating with others, you'll get better. You'll see. So my call to action is, I want you in the comment below, I want you to write one of your core beliefs that you think is amazing, that is helping others. Or you can ask one of your value that you feel is amazing, that you can share with us as part of the community. And the reason is the fact that if you share with us, we will help each other to actually figure out, okay, this is a great value. This is a great belief. Let's see if we can evolve and better define who we are as people so that we can do even bigger things together. If you've enjoyed this message, don't forget that I want you to subscribe to my channel. I will also have here on the side another video for you to go and check so that you can learn about what we're trying to do on this channel, because ultimately all I want is for you to realize that by learning is that the ultimate skills to actually achieve what you really, really want for you and the others to make a better world. On this, I'll see you in the next video.